Okay, Kagan, if you want to, up to you if you want to start. It's recording, so I don't have the
Okay,
YouTube on here. It's
I
up
can
to
just
you.
start. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, welcome everybody. Yeah, we are recording. The message showed up before some people got here, but just so you know, it is recording, and I believe Willie will try to upload it to YouTube later. Thank you for coming. We're going to do the draw of the teams this evening, and before we do so, I just wanted to point out the information that was published today, which is the rosters shown on screen here. These are not ordered, they're just in order of ratings. And that's just to show who is playing on which team. And the seeding of the teams based on these unordered rosters. So they are both linked to the championships website. So you can go ahead and open them separately on your computers if you'd like. And also, we'll be doing the draw on this Google Sheet, which you may prefer to open in a separate window yourself if this is too small for you, or you can also view it at your leisure if you want to navigate around the page however you want. So I'm going to guess that some people have not seen this type of draw done before, so I'm going to explain a little about how it works. The reason we do a live draw is to a couple things. Normally, it is sort of a presentation of the teams. Now we're doing it on Zoom, so there's not much presentation, there's no audience, etc. However, the other reason is just to demonstrate that we are making a fair draw rather than going in some back room and deciding who's going to play who. It is an actual draw, meaning draw traditionally is draw from a hat or whatever, but it means we're doing a random draw, a random selection. So the rules of the draw are fairly simple. The first rule is paramount. It cannot be broken. The players and teams are placed according to their seeding level. Seed 1 goes position 1, seed 2 position 2, 3 and 4 position 3 or 4. So I'm just going to describe what that means. Seed 1 in the women's, UCLA, will always go here. Seed 2 will always go here. Seeds 3 and 4 are considered equal. They're numbered 3 and 4, but their seeding level is 3. They're equals in the draw. And they can be placed randomly here or here. And then it proceeds at the next level. The next 4 teams are considered equals, and there are 4 spots available to them. So that rule cannot be broken, no matter what. And then the second rule we follow is, as much as possible, we're going to separate teams by region, and we'll also separate by division. So the meaning of separation means having them meet as late as possible. For example, if UCLA is here, then let's say UBC is also in the same region. That's what this color means. So UBC and UCLA are both in the West. If UCLA is here, UBC should not play UCLA until the final, meaning the whole bottom half is open to UBC. That's what it means to be separated. If there are 4 teams from the same region, we will try to put 1 in each quarter. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, etc. And in some cases, just to achieve separation, there will be no randomization. So those are the main rules. And then once you respect those 3 rules, everything else is random. And normally we would pick cards or draw balls from a hat. We're going to use this website, pickerwheel.com, it's going to spin like this. And this will decide which team is chosen at any given time. So before I start, are there any questions about what I just went over? Okay, I'll try to go a little slow in the beginning, but I think it will be clear once we start it. So we will start with the women's teams. And the way I've drawn this up, this red highlight indicates who is being drawn and where they can be drawn to. So UCLA is the top seed in women's. So I'm going to go ahead and place them in the position where they can go. And again, the color that I've highlighted here represents the region that they're from. So the pink is the West, yellow is South, this green is Mid-Atlantic, etc. And that way we can see very quickly that we're avoiding having players or teams from the same region play each other in early rounds. Okay, we'll go to the next level of seeding. This second seed, Texas Wesleyan, there's one place they can go to. I'm going to go ahead and put them there. Now, the next level of seeding is level 3. So there are two teams, Penn and Western, that are seeding level 3. They're equals. There are two positions here they can go to. And there is no regional consideration. All 4 teams here are from different regions. So it is a random draw to see who goes where. So I'm just go ahead and remove these teams until it's just Penn and Western. So I'm going to spin the wheel, and whoever is selected will take position 3 here in the top half against UCLA. So here's our first spin. Western is drawn into position 3, and that means Penn takes position 4. Okay, we're done with that. We'll go to the next level, which is seeding level 5. All 4 of these teams are equally seeded level 5, and there are 4 available positions for them. I'm going to go ahead and highlight those 4 teams. Okay, before we draw it, we notice that there are some teams that are in the same region as teams that are already here. So we know that UBC is from the same region as UCLA, so UBC must be only in these 2 places. Georgia Tech is from the South, same as Texas, so Georgia Tech must go in one of these 2 places. Maryland must also go in one of these 2 places to be separated from Penn. So the first thing we'll draw is Georgia Tech and Maryland. They can be in either of these 2 positions. So we'll select Georgia Tech and Maryland. So we'll decide which of Georgia Tech and Maryland takes position 5. Maryland. Maryland is in position 5, and that means Georgia Tech is in position 6. So our 2 remaining teams are UBC and Columbia. So UBC and Columbia drawn into these 2 positions. We'll decide who takes position 7. Columbia. That means UBC takes position 8. Okay. I hope that's clear for everyone. If you have any questions in the middle, you can go ahead and maybe type in the chat or raise your hand. Now we'll proceed to the last level of seeding, which is these 8 teams are equally considered seed number 9 and can go in any of the remaining positions. Notice that there's a Texas here in the same, not only in the same region, but in the same division as Texas Wesleyan. That's the only case. Everyone else here is from a different division. But Texas is the only case where they must be separated even further from Texas Wesleyan. So what I'm going to do is write down here all the available positions for each team, just so I avoid any potential conflicts that may come up. So Texas can go in positions 9 or 10. MIT and Rutgers are in the Northeast, the same as Columbia. So they could be 9, 10, 11, or 12 for the first team. But then the second one could also be 15 and 16. Oh. Okay, it's a little hard to see. Cornell and Michigan have a similar situation. 13 through 16, but then also 9 and 10. UIC can go anywhere. And then these two California teams can go 11 through 14. Put it here. Okay, so one of the things that we look for is who is the most difficult, the most restrictive team to draw, and clearly that's Texas. They only have 2 places they can go. So we'll draw them first. And instead of drawing the teams, we're going to draw the positions. So we're going to draw Texas and decide if they are going to be position 9 or 10. So I'm going to spin it. So Texas goes in position 10. Okay, they're done. San Diego and Davis can go in these 4 positions. So we're going to go ahead and draw San Diego positions 11 through 14. San Diego gets 11. Now, once San Diego took that spot, 12 is no longer available. So Davis can only go in 13 or 14. So we'll draw first UC Davis. Davis takes position 13. Okay, those are done. Of the 5 teams remaining, it looks pretty clear. There's no big restrictions. So we'll go ahead and draw for MIT. Any of these, any remaining spot except for 14. So 9, 12, 15, and 16. 9, 12, 15, and 16 for MIT. 16. Okay, because MIT took 16, Rutgers can only be in 9 or 12.
Okay, you missed 12 on that last one.
Yeah,
for MIT.
I'm gonna have to spin that over. 9, 12, 15, and 16. Okay, once again, drawing for MIT. Okay, didn't do much. Yeah, if I make a mistake, please go ahead and say something. Thank you, Sophie. Yeah, go ahead and say something, and if there was an error that's done, we will undo it. It's not like we spin it, then that's set in stone. No, if there's a mistake, we're gonna correct it. Okay, Rutgers can be 9 or 12. So we will spin for Rutgers. They are 9. Okay. So there are 3 teams left: Cornell, Michigan, and UIC. Clearly, Cornell and Michigan cannot go here. So Cornell and Michigan are going to take 14 and 16. So we will spin for Cornell. Cornell is position 14. Michigan is position 16. UIC takes this last spot here. Okay. Okay, did I mess up anywhere else? So this spreadsheet will remain active like it is now. You can go ahead and refer to it later. When we get to the competition, it will be on the results tab here with the tables, the times, etc. We're not going to be updating this with any additional information. So this will just remain as is for you to look at. Okay, let's go ahead and do the co-ed teams. I'm going to, how do I do this? Clear everybody. I'm going to insert the co-ed teams. Probably don't need them. Probably need the first 8 for now. Okay. So this is basically the same procedure. There are a lot more division clashes here. In particular, 3 teams from the same division in Texas. So this is quite a complex draw, even though there are only 24 teams. The beginning is pretty easy. So as before, Texas Wesleyan, the top seed, must go here. UCLA, the number 2 seed, must go here. NYU Northwestern are equally number 3 seed. And there are 2 positions they can go into, 3 and 4. So we will draw which team, Northwestern or NYU, takes position 3. Here goes. Northwestern takes position 3. NYU is position 4. Okay, next level. These 4 teams are seed level 5. California can only be in positions 5 and 6. Harvard also can only be in positions 5 and 6. So we will draw them first. Cal and Harvard, we will decide which of them takes position 5. Barely Harvard. That means Cal is position 6. Penn and Western are drawn into the other positions. So we will decide who takes position 7. Barely Penn. Okay. Okay, our next level of seeding, level 9. These 8 teams have 8 positions they could go into. Okay. Texas must go in the bottom half. Maryland must go in the top half. WashU must go in the bottom half. What is the format like that? Okay. We'll do that later. Okay. three California teams. UBC and Washington are in the same division, so they must be in opposite halves and separate quarters from Cal and UCLA. So you could say that 9, 10, 13, 14. So I think we'll draw these California ones, or these Pacific Northwest teams first. That's kind of the most restrictive one. So we're going to clear this. Going to type in some numbers. Right. Okay. And I'm going to select the 4 available positions for UBC. So we're going to spin for UBC, British Columbia. $14 for British Columbia. That's done. And that means Washington must go in 9 or 10. We are spinning for Washington. Washington is 10. Okay, now USC should be separated. There's already a West Coast team in all 4 quarters. So USC is separating now by the 8ths. So that's 9, 12, 13, and 15. That was supposed to be 15. 9, 12, 13, 15. Okay. UMass, there are these 2 quarters that are filled, so UMass can be 11, 12, 15, and 16. Already did Washington, Maryland, oh, Georgia Tech. Okay, so depending on where Texas goes, we'll know where Georgia Tech goes. So we're going to go ahead and do Texas. 13, 15, and 16 for Texas. Texas takes 16. Okay, based on that, Georgia Tech is in the south, so they can be 11, 12, or 13. How does that look? This is now reduced to 13 and 15. USC. UMass. Maryland is reduced to 9, 11, 12. Okay, there's still a fair number of spots for most teams. WashU has only 2 spots they can go into, so I'm going to draw them next. Drawing for WashU into 13 or 15. Okay. WashU is 15. There. They're done. 4 available spots, 4 teams left. That's good. Maryland is the top. Georgia Tech. UMass is only 11 and 12. USC is 9, 12, 13. Okay, UMass is 11 or 12. So we will draw for UMass. 12. Okay, that's done. Georgia Tech can be 11 or 13. Maryland 9 or 11. Wow. Okay, it won't let me do it. anyway, there are 2 spots for Georgia Tech, 2 spots for Maryland, 9, 12, and 2 spots for USC. Let me type that. Georgia Tech, Maryland. Okay, good. So we're just going to go in order. For Georgia Tech, 11 or 13? 11. Okay. That means Maryland has only one place they can go, in position 9. So I'm going to put them there. USC must go here. Okay. If there are no other comments, if there are no comments about that, we'll go into the last 8 teams here. Again, if I make a mistake, go ahead and speak up and we'll fix it. Clear the list. We'll add 17 through 24. Okay, this is quite complex. We'll get through it. Rutgers is in the same division as NYU, so Rutgers must go in the top half. In addition, they should be separated from these other teams in the Northeast. So 17 and 19 for Rutgers. Columbia probably should go in this quarter since there are no Northeast teams in that quarter. Cornell and Michigan. One of them should go in the top half, and the other one could be in any of these 6 places. UT Dallas is in Texas. There's a Texas in this quarter, Texas in this quarter. Oh, that's the South as well. So really, UT Dallas should go in 21 or 22. Duke and
Someone's
Collegiate.
asking about Rutgers, why they can't take spot 23.
Yes. Okay, Rutgers. Okay. Rutgers, you're in the NYC downtown division. And going back to the rules, we are separating as much as possible teams from the same division. So that means NYU is in the same division as you. You're both NYC downtown. So as far as possible means top half. Since NYU is the bottom half, Rutgers will go in the top half. Okay. Columbia, let's check. Columbia is New York City uptown. And Harvard is Upper New England. Right. The color, the blue color is the region. So the blue is all Northeast region. And what I wrote down here is the division. UMass is Lower New England. Harvard is Upper New England. Columbia is New York City uptown, and Rutgers, NYU are New York City downtown. Okay, so we'll proceed and look at Duke. Duke and Carnegie Mellon can go in 1920, 23, 24. Actually, that's incorrect because Carnegie Mellon is in the Pennsylvania division. the same as Penn. So Penn is in the bottom half. Carnegie Mellon can only go in 19 and 20. That means Duke can be 23 and 24. Columbia can be 17 or 19. Okay, so I'll explain where that goes. Okay, since we've decided that Rutgers is going to be in a separate half from NYU, that means Rutgers is only in these, in 17 and 19 for Rutgers. Now, so I'm going to put it here temporarily. I'm going to undo this. So let's say I do that, hypothetically. Now, we have 3 Northeast teams in the top half, 1 in the bottom half, and no Northeast teams in this quarter. So the best separation for Columbia is to go into this quarter. And that's why Columbia can only be 23 or 24. So I'm going to undo that placement of Rutgers there. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and keep asking questions. I want it to be clear for everyone. Purdue, from the Midwest, there's a Midwest in this quarter and this quarter. So Purdue can be 17, 18, 21, and 22. Okay. So we will draw, again, the most restrictive teams first. We will start with Rutgers. Rutgers for 17 and 19. Rutgers goes to 19. We will draw for Columbia, 23 and 24. Okay, now Duke and Carnegie Mellon at this point have only one possible place they can go. Duke can only go in 23. Carnegie Mellon can only go in 20. They're done. We have 4 places remaining. Cornell and Michigan are still in good shape. UT Dallas has 2 places. Okay, so we'll draw for UT Dallas since they only have 2 places they can go. 21 and 22 for UT Dallas. 22. Okay, 17, 18, and 21 remain, and they are all legal spots for these 3 teams. Except Cornell and Michigan, one of them must go in 17 or 18. So we're just gonna, okay, that means, okay, we're going ahead and draw Cornell for any of the 3 spots, 17, 18, and 21. For Cornell. 18 for Cornell. Okay, so because of that, Michigan cannot be in 17. That would be the same quarter as Cornell. So the only place they can go is 21. There. And that means Purdue has the last spot here. And we are done. So as I said before, this spreadsheet will remain as is. It's not going to be touched from here on. You can look at it, and you're encouraged to use it to plan for your ordered rosters. So when we get to the competition, again, it will be on the results webpage it'll show the same draw, but with the time and the table for each contest. So use the unordered rosters to look at who you're playing against, using the draws, of course, and submit your ordered rosters by April 5th at 11:59 Eastern Time. And that is all I have to present. Now, if there are any questions about the draw, ask them now. If not, Willie and I will take questions about any other aspect of the tournament. However you want to handle it, Willie.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourselves and just ask any questions that you all may have. We're open to whatever you need. Doesn't look like we have many questions.
I think they're shy.
They might be, or it's been a long day and they're dropping off like flies. So,
hello there. Sorry, I'm Ryan from Rutgers. I just wanted to double check. The link for that draw is on the page, right? The Nationals page.
Actually,
or not
I'm
yet.
not sure it is. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat right now. Okay. It was in an email that was sent before, but just in case you can't find it, I just put it in the chat so you can find it there.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And then I just want to be sure. So before on the 29th, which was yesterday, you're also supposed to submit an ordered roster. Is that just supposed to be just a general list of people, or now we're able to do the actual organization as we see fit now?
Right. The deadline for yesterday was to submit an initial ordered roster, meaning just a roster. That way we know who's coming, and then we use that to make the seeding. Because if someone's not coming, we're not going to seed based on someone who's not coming. So now you can make
I did not know that. Okay, so I hope that you're gonna just put them in regular order based on rating.
Okay, so on the website here, I ignored your order and I ordered everyone based on ratings. So whatever you submitted is still confidential. Nobody knows about it except for the administrators, me, Willie, Randy, etc. So it's not published, and everything here is only by rating order.
And no administrators are connected to any schools?
Well, Willie is Florida State, so
They're not
relevant schools.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Right.
One day they'll be relevant. One day.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I ask about the singles draws, when they'll be out?
Okay. For singles, the singles draws are not going to be made online. What we're going to do is first, we should explain something. There are supposed to be 40 women and 80 men. We have 81 men. And someone's going to say, you guys are cheaters. Well, it was a mistake. It was a clerical error. Someone was invited by mistake and they accepted. So we can't really, it was not the 80, if it was the 81st player, then that would be easy. We'll tell them they're not coming. But it was someone else. So we were forced to accept them. They're now 81 men, and that screws up our plans a bit. However, sometimes people drop out, and what we're going to do is see if someone drops out. I don't want to make a draw, have someone drop out and say, oh, we're stuck with this draw. No, I'm going to wait a little bit and then make the draw. So the initial draw is going to be round robins. There'll be groups of 4, and it's not going to be done online because, really nobody cares about a round robin draw. It's very, the level of play is very, very wide disparity between the levels. What I can tell you is that if there are 80 men, the top 16 men are seeded out directly into the main draw. If there are 40 women, the top 8 women are seeded into the main draw. If there are 81 men, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. My tentative plan is to seed out 13 and have everyone else play round robins, but it can vary. Maybe 2 men are going to drop out. We don't know. So because of that, I don't want to set anything in stone yet. So the plan is to make the round robin groups offline, and after the round robin groups are played, we will do the live draw of the elimination stage, again on the spreadsheet, but it'll be done inside the arena, or not the arena, but inside the venue somewhere, maybe in one of the conference rooms. And when will we do it? I think we'll do it on Friday afternoon around 3 o'clock. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here, Ryan raised his hand.
Oh, thank you. No, that was my only question there in that regard. And then we start at 9 a.m. right on the Friday for the team event. Yes.
No, we don't. There is a tentative schedule on the website here under event information. So the first event will be men's doubles at 9 a.m.
Oh, different. Okay. Different than my memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a little different. What we wanted to do, since we've adjusted the team format, the first round is really important. I didn't want them to start at 9 a.m. on a Friday morning.
That makes sense. I can see that.
So unfortunately, doubles is not as popular for spectators. So we're going to start with doubles. And then we'll do round robins. We'll start the teams in the afternoon on Friday.
Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. That also would be good because everyone can start their singles and like doubles, kind of get warmed up for the team event at later on in the afternoon, pretty much. That seems reasonable. Is there any perchance? I know maybe not for this year, but maybe for next year, any chance of getting mixed doubles? I've had a lot of both people in my division and region asking about that, and we're interested in something like that. I was just wondering if that's a possibility.
We have had mixed doubles in the past.
Yes, I remember. I think the last time was like 2014 or 2013. I think so.
Yeah, it has happened before. It is the main problem is table time and space, and as the event has grown, we haven't had time to put it into the schedule. We always review it every year to see what can change. After this event, we will review, and of course, we're reviewing the format because this is our first time doing this team format. But we can also review whether we can do mixed doubles again. Maybe Willie has another comment.
Yeah, it's the same comment that Kagan made, unfortunately.
But is it the way maybe that you eliminate the men's and women's doubles and put just mixed doubles? Because I think it's more fun for collegiate players to play mixed doubles. And also, like in Olympics, they now have mixed doubles and have the other doubles.
Yeah, I think that's an option that we haven't thought of. Maybe Willie, we want to write it down and talk about that.
Yep, sure do. I got it.
Thank you very much for answering my question. Appreciate it. I look forward to the event. Thank you.
Other comments, questions, confessions?
Yeah, just one thing, like with the team finals, that will be played on like one table.
The tentative plan, this is new information. So the tentative plan is to play the final team matches, the women's final and the men's final, on one table only, rather than 2 matches at a time. This is not set in stone, but that is the tentative plan.
I still have question about this roster. So if this was just a random roster to just put who's playing at all on a team, so why was there the other part written as well, where you need to submit your whatever name is
Default.
default.
I think the
It just
reason
did not make sense then. at
Yeah,
all.
I think the reason for that is just that's the way the website has worked. Because the website was made prior to prior to COVID, and the way we're doing things now is different. So ideally we would have had a separate website saying list your 8 players. No order, no default. That's it. But it's the website we have, and we tried to explain that the order is not important right now. So that's basically, we have one website doing 2 different things.
So if you don't submit on time, then basically that roster is automatically in whatever you submitted, and that default roster becomes the default roster. Is that correct?
What? So right
So
now,
if you don't submit the next one at all, then this roster that we submitted would become that roster. Is that correct?
Willie, maybe you can correct me, but I believe the website that you submitted with is the same website you can go ahead and make amendments to.
It is
Right now you can change it. Tomorrow you can change it.
I know, but I'm saying like if we don't, then it stays the same.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So if you like what's there now, then you don't have to change anything.
Well, I'm not sure if I like it. Maybe it's good now that it's not the final.
Yeah. Yep. You have about a week to review.
Yeah.
Anything else, everybody? Anything else? Okay, keep in mind this is going to be on YouTube at some point later, so you can review this video at your leisure when we get it up. If no other questions, Kagan, you have anything else?
I have nothing else. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good night.